for you. But because you don't want me anymore, I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
And I'm going to make you rule over them. And he had Ezekiel do a demonstration. I'm just going to give it to you. This book is so deep, I don't even have time. But he had Ezekiel get dust. And he said, Ezekiel, throw the dust in the air. And the dust blew. He said, that's what I'm going to do to these people. I'm going to make them as dust. I'm going to blow them over everything. Are y'all listening to me? I'm going to scatter them. I'm not going to anchor them. And that's what he did. He even told Ezekiel, go preach to him. And Ezekiel did all type of stuff, preaching to people and demonstrating. Ezekiel laid on his side for half a year and all different types. You would have thought Ezekiel was crazy. He said, go preach to him. He said, but guess what, Ezekiel? They're not going to listen. He said, because they stiff-necked and hard-headed. That's in chapter 1, chapter 2. I'm going to let you know.
Whoa.
He said, but I'm going to let you preach to him because giving judgment without warning ain't fair.
That's good.
But I'm telling you, they're not going to listen. But I got to let you do it because I cannot judge them and I did not warn them.
Yes.
Come on. So you always have to heed to the warning. If you can heed to the warning, you can stop the judgment. If you can correct yourself, you can stop God from correcting you.
Right.
Are y'all listening to me? Oh, good God Almighty. So God said, I'm going to give them a chance to stop themselves. But guess what? I'm not missing it. They ain't going to do it. But I got to do it anyway. And so he did it and so forth. And they didn't listen and they get scattered. And now they're dead. The nation is dead. The nation is gone. People are in trouble. They're slaves to everybody. Are y'all? They don't have their own identity. They don't have their own culture. They don't have their own way of being. They are scattered abroad. God's people. But after a while, like a good parent, I love God because God always looks to reconcile.
Yes. That's good.
He could throw us away, do away with it, but he's always trying to figure out, how can I bring this back? How can I get my people back? That's why he said we have the ministry of reconciliation. If you are a believer in Christ, your job is always to try to keep people together. The vision is of the devil.
Come on.
He says you got to bring it back together. Are y'all listening to me? Because we are actually better together. We're stronger together.
Yes.
So he says, Ezekiel said, the hand of the Lord was upon me. God's hand was on me. A hand symbolizes authority. A hand symbolizes power. A hand symbolizes that God got you. When you get ready to grab something, you grab it with your hand. He said, God got me. The hand of the Lord was upon me. Through all these trials, through all these tribulations, because even Ezekiel was scattered too.
Yes.
But he said, even though I was scattered, even though I was a slave, even though I was getting abused, God was still with me. I want to tell somebody, amen, that heart is toward the Lord. Even though you may be going through something, even though it may be hard, that does not mean that God is not with you. God will be with you in the fire, outside of the fire. In the trouble, outside of the trouble. We serve a God that will always be there. He said, the hand of the Lord was upon me, and he carried me somewhere. Anytime God's hand is on you, he's taking you somewhere.
Wow.
That's how you know God's hand is on you. By where you're going. By what he's showing you. By where he's trying to take you. God will never deliver you out of something and not bring you into something else. Because if he doesn't bring you into something else, you just wander in the wilderness. And if you wander too long, the devil will come right back and grab you. But anytime God brings you out, he's trying to plant you somewhere else. Where are you going?
Come on.
He said, but he didn't take me to the mansion. He didn't take me to luxury. He didn't take me to the Ritz-Carlton. He took me to a valley.
Yes.
A dry bone.
Yes.
He took me to a graveyard.
Yes.
No, the spirit, not the devil. Said the spirit of the Lord. Don't that sound like Jesus when he came out the water? And it said the spirit of the Lord drove him into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. He said, no, God's Spirit led me into an open grave. Because anytime God is with you, God doesn't have to take you up because you're already up because God is with you.
Yes.
See, we take that lightly when we say God spoke to me or God was talking to me or God told me to do that. You don't understand the one that you're talking about. Are y'all listening to me? You're talking, God told me to do this, and then you're rejoicing from the fruit or the money or the stuff that God told you, never realizing that the real blessing is not the fruit. The real blessing is God.
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Oh, God. There's nothing greater than God.
Come on.
I put out a text. I did an oil check this week on Facebook. I gave 3 things. I said, which one has to go? It said, Jesus, your mama, or 900 billion.
Okay. All right.
It said, and you got to let go of one. And God, I just did an oil check.
Wow.
See what people would say. I got a bunch of comments too. Which one would you let go? Jesus, your mama, or 900 billion? And of course people said, but it was a trick question. Because if you keep Jesus,
You get it all. You get it all.
Come on now.
it really was a loaded question. They didn't recognize it. Because if you get Jesus, Jesus is greater than 900
Come
billion.
on now.
Jesus owns the whole universe, the whole world. Are y'all listening to me, brothers and sisters? Jesus is ultimate rich. There's nothing richer than God.
That's right. What did Mama hold?
You should read some of these comments. My God, it's amazing how people think. They're like, wow. Anyway. No, you're all right. He said, but he took me to this valley. And I like he said, he walked me through the valley. So he just didn't take me there and say, look at it. No, he said, no, come over here. Look at this. Look at this. They walked around. God made him do inventory to see really how bad it really was.
Wow.
God wanted to know, no, it's bad. Well, look at it. To where Ezekiel said, the bones are not just dry. First he said there are many. It's not just one, it's a whole lot. This is a massacre that just happened. It's a lot of people dead. And he said they're not only dry, but they very dry. I mean, they've been dead for a long time. They just didn't die. They are dead. You know what I'm saying? For real, right? Dead. 21st century. God wanted him to take
Dry.
If I keep it real with you, I went to a store the other night.
Yes.
And I was out and I was coming home and I stopped by a gas station and God showed me some things in the spirit and it scared me to see how dead we really are.
That's the truth.
To see how dry
God.
we really are.
There you go. Yes.
I see how hopeless
Yes.
we really are.
Yes.
No, I was speaking to some people and I was amazed to see how far we have fallen from God. We're not only dry, we're very dry.
Jesus.
So he let them take inventory, but because before you can do anything about a situation, you got to see how bad the damage is.
Right.
You know, they say we got to assess the damage to see how much this is going to cost. And he did some damage control and said, no, this is bad. This is just not a problem. One thing I recognize about God, as we said in Bible study, is a master script writer. God sets the story really good. God will make a problem go bad in your life. God will not only make them put you in prison, but he'll allow them to put you in prison. He'll allow them to take it into the innermost parts of the prison, and then he'll make him put jailers in front of you before he gets ready to deliver you. Because he likes to set the stage so that when he brings it back, no one can say it was by their power. Are y'all listening to me? So he said, no, these bones dead. And so he asked the man of God a question after he took him, showed him the damage. Then he said, so do you think they can live again?
Oh, Lord.
Come on. I know you see they're bad. I know you see they're dry. I know you see there's a bad situation. I know you're in a very bad situation. I know you're in a very hopeless situation. But I got to answer you a question. Do you think you can live again?
Oh, my God.
Woo. Do you think it can come back? Are y'all listening to me? God is trying to put a hope in the man of God to see his thought. Because if the church don't think it can come back, it really can't come back. The man of God, I like his intelligence. He said, you know.
You know. Wow.
Why are you asking me, somebody that's not even adequate to do it?
That's good.
I'm not even qualified to give my opinion on you. You God.
That's good.
You asking somebody that don't even know where they coming or going.
Oh.
He said, Lord, you know.
You know.
God said, that's good. In other words, if it's going to happen, it's going to have to be you. Have you ever told God that? But if I'm going to really come out, you're going to have to do it.
You gotta do it.
Lord, if you're going to bring salvation into my house, you got
You
it.
gotta do it.
God likes that. God likes when you put your problems on him. God likes when you put your burdens on him. God likes when you put your situations on him. See, the problem is you keep trying to figure out how you gonna do it, how you gonna make it happen, how you gonna work. And as long as you doing it, God is standing back. And God is waiting for you to look at him and say, you know.
That's right.
God is saying, good. Come unto me, all ye that are burdened and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Cast your cares upon me, for I care for you. For my burden is easy, my yoke is light. Take them bag of bricks off your shoulder, give them to God, and go to sleep. But you got to trust him. And he said, good. Now I'm going to give you the strategy. Because you put it on me, I'm going to show you how to bring you back. See, you need a strategy, brothers and sisters, for how to bring something back. This is not a hit and miss. This is not a happenstance. God is going to give you order. How to bring it back. This is what he said. Ezekiel, this is how we're going to bring these bones back. Prophesy to them. Preach to them. Y'all listen to them.
Watch this.
Preach to them. This is how you're going to bring your children back. Preach to them. This is how you're going to bring your health back. Preach to them. This is how you're going to bring your finances back. Preach to them. Tell it what it needs to hear. Put it in its place. See, because the problem is that you've been letting it preach to you too long.
Say that.
You've been listening to it too long. You've been letting the doctor tell you you're sick. You've been letting your wallet tell you you're broke. You've been letting the judge say this, and the people say that, and the bill collector say this, and all the while you've been keeping your mouth closed, not saying nothing, never knowing that the power of God is in your tongue. It's in your tongue. Are y'all listening to me? So you got to tell and tell them, no, hear ye the word of the Lord. You hear me, cancer? Hear ye the word of the Lord. You hear me, wallet? Hear ye the word of the Lord. You hear me, son and daughter, hear ye the word of the Lord. You hear me, Oakland?